The film opens with a story titled Glitch. It introduces a young girl living in California City, engrossed in watching a show called Gary the Goat in her room. Meanwhile, her mother engages in a heated phone conversation with her husband, displaying anger. The girl notices her mother's attentiveness to the call. Unexpectedly, an unseen force pulls the girl's mother away, causing severe injuries. The narrative then shifts to Manila City in the Philippines, where we meet Ingrid, a woman seen jogging. Ingrid has two children, 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐻 and Patrick. Apart from the three of them, there's also a babysitter named 𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐻 and an adorable puppy named 𝐂𝐡𝐞𝐫 in the house. Ingrid finds herself alone after her first husband leaves and disappears. She remarries, making 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐻 her stepchild. Unfortunately, Ingrid's second husband passes away under mysterious circumstances. We then witness 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐻, whose tablet is broken, seeking help from her mother. Due to her mother's haste, 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐻 temporarily borrows 𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐻's phone and retreats to her room. The girl deeply misses her father, and it's during this time that she unexpectedly stumbles upon the show Gary the Goat on 𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐻's phone, the same show she watched at the beginning of the movie. Unexpectedly, a toy version of Gary the Goat appears in the room, the same toy the girl held in the opening scene. Now we meet Margot, Patrick's girlfriend, who visits him at home. 𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐻 notices the toy and asks 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐻 where she got it. 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐻 simply responds that a friend gave it to her. Curiously, the toy starts barking upon seeing it. Animals often possess an innate awareness of unknown entities and malevolent spirits. Ingrid, 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐻's mother, discovers a picture of Patrick and Margot on 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐻's tablet, which suddenly appears there. This sight infuriates Ingrid, leading to an intense altercation with Patrick. The situation escalates to the point where Ingrid slaps Patrick, prompting him to leave the house. Later that same night, 𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐻 witnesses a goat demon playing with 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐻. However, 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐻 perceives it merely as a toy, a miniature Gary the Goat. The sight astonishes 𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐻, leaving him astounded. In a state of alarm, 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐻 rushes to her room and begins to pray, but her prayers inadvertently invite the demon to haunt her. Meanwhile, 𝐂𝐡𝐞𝐫, the cute puppy, falls victim to the merciless attack of the same demon. The following day, 𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐻 also meets a brutal end. Margot arrives at the house, accompanied by the demon, who mercilessly assaults her, beating her relentlessly until she collapses and loses her life. All these horrifying events unfold before 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐻's eyes. The creature she once believed to be her friend, Gary, reveals its true intentions: to kill her. Ingrid and Patrick return home to find the entire house in chaos, sensing that something is gravely wrong. Rushing to find 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐻, they confront the demon face to face. Now known as Gary, the demon launches an attack against them. Patrick valiantly tries to protect his mother and 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐻, but the demon begins to strangle him, ultimately taking his life. Armed with a spear depicting the Virgin Mary, Ingrid engages in a fierce battle against the demon, determined to fend off the evil force. As a consequence, the demon suffers significant harm and weakens considerably. Seizing this opportunity, the three individuals swiftly exit the house, only to stumble upon 𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐻's lifeless body, his neck severed. This sight triggers a surge of anger within Ingrid. Armed with the same spear, Ingrid continues her fierce battle against the weakened demon, putting forth all her strength. However, the spear slips from her grasp, leaving her defenseless. Taking advantage of this, the demon turns his attention toward Patrick, intent on ending his life. In a pivotal moment, 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐻 retrieves a sword held by a statue of an angel and presents it to her mother. With determination, Ingrid drives the sword into the chest of the once friendly demon, instantly slaying him. Thus, the first story comes to a close. In the next story, titled Mukbang, we meet Ashley, V, Chef 𝐂𝐡𝐞𝐞, and Adele. They are invited to a luxurious mansion by social media influencers Robin and Ray. This collaboration promises benefits for all the influencers, including increased subscribers and followers. Meanwhile, V, one of the influencers, sends a message to her troubled boyfriend Lionel, inviting him to join everyone at the mansion. Chef 𝐂𝐡𝐞 is shown preparing food for a mukbang session, with Ray by his side while their cameraman records the process. To complete the meal, Chef 𝐂𝐡𝐞 needs meat, which is provided by their caretaker, Mr. 𝐂𝐡𝐞𝐞. However, Mr. 𝐂𝐡𝐞𝐞's strange behavior draws attention. He fixates on the meat as if it were an unfamiliar sight. Robin approaches Adele's assistant, Beyonce, who is sitting with the assistant, Hannah. It's worth noting that Adele and Beyonce are a lesbian couple. Beyonce leads Robin to a secret room filled with plastic sheets and darkness. In this room, Robin encounters something unsettling. As Beyonce tries to entice Robin, a monster emerges from behind her, causing Beyonce to undergo a sudden transformation as if she were doused with ice water. In the subsequent events, V embarks on a nighttime jog, accompanied by Robin. Simultaneously, the same monstrous monstrous entity terrorizes Hannah, leading to her demise. Now, the creature has assumed Hannah's appearance, effectively taking on her identity. These monsters possess the ability to kill people and seamlessly assume their roles, as witnessed with 𝐕𝐢𝐝. We are then introduced to V's boyfriend, Lionel, who joins the group. However, a startling revelation unfolds the true nature of Mr. 𝐂𝐿𝐴 and Robin. They too are monsters. Meanwhile, the friends realize that some meat is missing for cooking, a void that Robin fills. Unbeknownst to everyone, the meat Robin provides is not ordinary. It consists of the dismembered pieces of Hannah and 𝐕𝐢𝐝. The truth remains concealed for now. It becomes evident that 𝐂𝐿𝐴 and Robin have already met their demise, allowing the monsters to assume their identities. As a result, everyone present faces grave danger, an imminent threat to their lives. Despite the impending doom, the group continues to share peculiar and unsettling stories, clinging to their moments together. However, the most shocking revelation comes from Hannah and 𝐕𝐢𝐝 themselves. They confess that they too are monsters, having departed from the realm of the living. As the story unfolds, the crew's cameraman heads to the restroom, only to encounter a monster that takes their life. This new creature assumes the form of the cameraman, adding to the chaos and horror within the mansion. Gradually, the truth about these monsters unravels, and panic spreads among the mansion's inhabitants as they realize the perilous situation they're in. The once peaceful mansion is now engulfed in turmoil. Chef 𝐂𝐡𝐞𝐞 steps up, wielding a knife and engaging in a relentless battle against the monsters. Mr. 𝐂𝐿𝐴 is shocked by this sight, but manages to sneak up on Chef 𝐂𝐡𝐞𝐞, rendering him unconscious. Surprisingly, everyone finds success in eliminating these monstrous beings. Meanwhile, Lionel and V explore a secret room, discovering numerous lifeless bodies. It becomes evident that the monsters emerge from the ground, akin to a gateway to hell. In a brave attempt to save V, Lionel confronts the monsters but tragically meets his demise. Before this, Mr. 𝐂𝐿𝐴 had already killed Ashley, and most of the people had fallen victim to the monsters. V seeks refuge in a car, only to discover that Lionel has already transformed into a monster. He seizes her from behind. Mr. 𝐂𝐿𝐴, also a monstrous figure, thrusts his hand into V's chest, extracting her heart and sealing the fate of the remaining survivors. Chef 𝐂𝐡𝐞 stands as the sole survivor, now tasked with cooking for these insatiable creatures using the bodies of the deceased. Hunger consumes the monsters, akin to ravenous wolves. Meanwhile, more of these nightmarish beings emerge from the ground, and their following grows. Undeterred by the carnage, Robin and Ray plan their next collaboration, realizing they need additional meat. Unfortunately, this meat will come from unsuspecting common individuals, becoming their prey. With this grim turn of events, the second story concludes. The third tale, aptly titled Rage, delves into the theme of anger and fury. It opens with an unconscious girl stranded in the heart of a dense forest. Desperate to survive, she witnesses a man pursuing her, dagger in hand, radiating intense rage. Without hesitation, he mercilessly attacks, plunging the blade into her eyes and snuffing out her life. In a bizarre twist, as she takes her final breath, a mysterious creature enters her eyes. The narrative then shifts to Trina, another girl on a road trip with her boyfriend Mose, accompanied by friends Alfie, Bong, and Shai. Along their journey, they encounter a group of villagers gathered by the roadside. To their horror, it's the lifeless body of the same girl slain by the enraged man. Witnessing this unsettling scene, Trina grapples with confusion. Their adventure continues, and they meet their friend 𝐂𝐡𝐞𝐫. He informs them about an upcoming meteor shower in his town and persuades the group to spend the night there. Excitement fills the air as they enjoy their trip together. As night descends, they marvel at the meteor shower illuminating the sky. Each person makes wishes, whether for a sleek sports car, a new job, or the preservation of their friendship. But alas, happiness proves fleeting. Bong ventures to the river, intending to film his vlog. To his surprise, he discovers meteor fragments in the water. From these fragments emerges the same creature encountered earlier. Soon, the creature seizes control of Bong, launching a knife-wielding attack on Shay. Miraculously, Shay defends himself by striking Bong with a stone, saving his own life. In a bid for safety, the group transports Shay and Bong to a nearby cabin. Meanwhile, Bong and Alfie venture into town seeking help, only to encounter two zombies. Despite the imminent threat, they evade the undead and return to the cabin. There, they discover that Shay has transformed into a full-fledged zombie, assaulting Trina. Just as Bong faces the same fate, a savior intervenes, eliminating both Bong and Shay and rescuing Trina. The four friends navigate the town, desperately evading relentless zombie pursuit. At one point, they find refuge in a vehicle, attempting to hide from their pursuers. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, the zombies discover their hiding spot. Fortunately, a brave woman from the town wields a shotgun, eliminating the undead and saving their lives. Grateful for her assistance, the group follows her to her house, where they encounter a pregnant woman named Faya. Trina decides to use the bathroom, only to discover a lifeless body there. Unbeknownst to her, Faya has laced a glass of water with an anesthetic, causing Trina's friends to lose consciousness. Taking advantage, the mysterious lady holds Trina at gunpoint and escorts her to the basement, where her infected son is bound. Trina is horrified by this sight. The lady, in her twisted way, believes her son will recover, resorting to killing innocent people to satisfy his insatiable hunger. Trina becomes the next target. In a desperate move, Trina outwits the lady, pushing her in front of her son. Tragically, the lady meets her demise at her child's hands. As the infected son approaches Trina, she swiftly dispatches him with the same gun. Luckily, Mose, Coy, and Alfie regain consciousness, devising a plan to escape to Santa Clara. Their only hope lies in reaching the warehouse, encountering numerous zombies along the way. Upon reaching the warehouse, they seek refuge in a room, hiding from the relentless zombie pursuit, waiting for an opportune moment to venture out. However, when they finally attempt their escape, they find themselves once again chased by a horde of zombies. In a selfless act, Coy sacrifices himself to save his friends. The harrowing events take a toll on Alfie, leaving him deeply saddened. Nevertheless, the group draws strength from their unity and resolves to find a way out of this dire situation, determined to seek freedom. Amidst the chaos, Faya, who is also pregnant, suddenly experiences severe stomach pain. Shortly after, she gives birth. Meanwhile, Trina grapples with a highly dangerous zombie. Despite a grueling struggle, Trina successfully eliminates the threat. Simultaneously, Alfie battles another zombie, defeating it. However, as the situation unfolds, only 3 individuals remain, along with the newborn baby. Mose devises a plan. He'll hold off the zombies while Trina escorts Faya and the baby to safety. Trina reluctantly agrees, carrying a heavy sense of sadness. Mose diverts the zombies' attention, allowing Trina to escape with Faya and the baby in a mini-truck from the warehouse. Tragically, Mose meets his demise in the process. Alfie, weakened by injuries sustained during the delivery, succumbs to significant blood loss, resulting in his death. Finally, Trina and the baby find safety. She takes the infant with her and returns home, where they can finally rest. This marks the conclusion of the 3rd story. Did this story spook you out? Let us know in the comments below. For more horror movie recaps, subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next one. Fear awaits you.